Hey folks, this is Dale with rivercountryland.com. We're out here on Red Fox Road. That way is 9 Mile Ridge Road. And if you go down this way, if you can get through down there, that's Red Squirrel Trail. So we're in the middle of 9 Mile Ridge and Red Squirrel Trail. This is Red Fox Road. I just wanted to show you this because this road's kind of rough, and so that you could see it up here. The property's not right here, but we'll get to that in a second. I want to encourage you guys to stay tuned for this video because I'm going to talk about some things about buying property from me that I usually don't touch on, and I probably should. And maybe I'll do a whole video about that at some point in time. People ask me, how do you find these properties, Dale? We're out here in the middle of the woods, and like, how do you know where they're at? Well, there's some flagging right there from somebody that's done some previous survey work on a corner that's adjacent to this lot. And I did some research on Google Maps before I come out here to kind of get a good idea where this thing's at. And let's get down here and I'll show you the property. This property is it's a little over a mile to paved road, just up the road. Where you get into Cherokee Village, the roads are paved. So it's not that far from paved road, but this road in particular is not county maintained. It's rough. There's a big water hole right here. There's kind of a big pothole right here in the middle of the road. And you'll know you made it to the property once you hit that pothole and you see this building across the street. This building is looks like maybe an old hunting camp building or something that they just nobody comes out here very much because it's all kind of grown up and looks like it's been abandoned for a while. But anyway, once you get here to this spot, you'll know that you've made it to the property, right? So I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's some blue flagging right there in the woods. One of my customers come out and helped me find pins out here. He found this, and based on our assessment, we think that's the very southeast property corner. Here's the plat on it. Let me see if I can get where I can see it here. It's lot 27. So you can see we're talking about this corner right here. So it's 2.91 acres. It's 989 feet deep on this side and 965 on this side. And it's got about 130 feet of road frontage. And that's the back line back there. But it's lot 27, block 2, McFadden edition. That's what this is called. And it's nice, gently sloping. You can't tell that in the video, but it's not bad for slope. It looks like there's fairly kind of level. Nothing's level out here, but there's fairly kind of level out here as far as the terrain goes, and it kind of more drops off towards the back. So I'm standing in the road about where one of the property lines are, and my truck down there is where the other side is. I'll go down there and I'll show you that pin too. But just know that it's 2.9. It's not 3, but it's close to 3 acres. And if you ever mowed 3 acres, you know 3 acres is a lot. But this is all wooded. That's a nice big white oak tree right there. Beautiful tree. It's big oak trees. Some cedar trees down here, and you can just expect in this area some elms, hickories. I would be surprised if there wasn't a dogwood tree out here, and some redbud trees. Pretty untouched as far as it goes. I haven't seen any mess out here whatsoever. Speaking of messes, when you buy a property from me, the only stipulation that I have when you talk, people ask me, are these unrestricted? Yes, they are unrestricted. Yes, we'll say unrestricted Of course, you can't come out here and just break the law, you know, as far as the law of the land goes, or state laws or federal laws or anything like that. And there is one stipulation that I put in the contract, is that you gotta come out here and just trash the property. I sell to adults, 18 and over. I don't sell to juveniles. And so I don't expect anybody to come out here and you say you want unrestricted property. I don't want people to come out here and just throw their trash on the ground. You know, I think that's kind of ridiculous. And I'll just tell you, if that's what you want to do, if you think unrestricted property is like you want to come out here and just throw your trash on the ground, I don't want you. I'm sorry. I sell these properties. I think they're a good value. This property I got listed for $14.5. I do owner financing, and so we'll get to more of that in a minute. Here's the other blue flagging. There's the pin we found in the ground. Here's a little rock outcropping. Nice, just untouched Ozark woods out here. Beautiful spot, and I just don't care to have anybody out here just trashing properties. You know, that's not what this is about. This is about, you know, finding your own piece of heaven out here in the Ozarks, and getting it to you in a way that you can afford it through my owner financing. So a couple of things I just want to tell you about this property. You're about, like I said, you're about a little over a mile to pavement. You're about 3 miles to the Spring River. You're about 3 miles to the South Fork River. Both are great fishing. You're about 5 miles from Hardy, where there's McDonald's and shops and antique stores and restaurants and all kinds of stuff down there. There is a dispensary in Hardy as well, and a liquor store. As far as the financing goes on this, like I said, the price of this is $14.5 for almost 3 acres, which I think if you looked around, I don't look nationwide, I look local, but I think if you looked around local here, this is probably one of the cheapest per acre pieces of land that you can buy out here. The financing is $500 down, not bad. And if, just for instance, if you wanted to do it for 8 years, it'd be about $205.10 a month for 8 years. That's 9% interest. That's $14,000 finance with the $500 down. So pretty easy. As far as the taxes are concerned, it's $63 a year. And then in the contract, it says I'm going to pay the taxes. I'm going to pay the taxes every year on every piece of property that I own. And it's going to happen right when they come out in March. And what I'm going to do is provide to you, if you buy property for me, what I'm going to do is provide to you that paid receipt, and then you can just reimburse me whatever, you know, that amount is. That happens on every one of the properties that I've sold or selling. That's in the contract, and that's how that works. When you're buying property from me, you're buying from me. You're not dealing with a company. You're not dealing with anybody else. You're just dealing with me. My personal cell phone is 870-955-0099. It has been for years and years, and will continue to be, as far as I'm concerned, until I stop doing this, for sure, anyway. But I've had that same phone number forever, and you guys can give me a call or text me if you're interested in any of these properties, or, you know, if you want to see, if you want my list of what's available, I can email it to you. You can just text me your email address and I'll send it to you. My email address is dale@rivercountryland.com. There is water there's a water line that runs through here. And I can't honestly tell you for sure where it's at, but I think it runs on this opposite side of the road. I could be mistaken, but Highland Water is the public water authority that's over this area. What you'll need to do to get water turned on out here is just to give them a call. They're going to want you to do a perk test. Perk tests are under $1,000, or right around that amount. Last time I talked to anybody, or one that just got done recently, for a customer that's on Red Squirrel Trail right over there. He got his done, and he said it was under $1,000 to get the perk test done. If you want more information about that, I can get it to you. But that's what they want in order for you to get the water turned on. You'll see, there's no electric poles out here. Nothing. So electrical is not down to this point right now. So if you want to bring electrical down here, it's probably going to be pretty expensive. There's a reason why there's not electrical down here right now. It's because it's expensive to get it down here. So just know that that's what the deal is on that. Let me talk to you a little bit more about the financing. There's no pre-qualification to the financing. Everybody qualifies. You just need a down payment, start making payments. Now, on that note, you know, I have had a lot of folks over the years default. Default means you don't make your payment within 30 days. I'm pretty easy to get along with. Most of the time, you communicate with me. You know, I've got customers up here on 9 Mile Ridge, and I got customers over there on Red Squirrel Trail, both of them. I have several customers in this area that have bought property from me, and they'll tell you that I'm a pretty easygoing guy. Again, I don't like the trash on the property. That's just my thing, and I put that in the contract. I don't want you trashing properties, you know. I think that's, I mean, if you can't do that, then I don't want you. I'm sorry. Anyway, more on the financing. What I do on the financing is simple. It's just based on 9% interest. That's across the board for everybody. There's no weird variables. There's no fluctuating interest rates. It's just done very simply. You could easily go online and look up an interest rate calculator and figure out what this payment is, and what I'm telling you what it is exactly what any interest rate or mortgage calculator would show you. So there's no prepayment penalties. You can pay off your property as soon as you like, and you can make extra payments per month and help you save money on interest. When you make a payment to me, I send you an email. Anytime you send me money, I send you an email. It might not be instant, but I will get around to it. And it'll show you on that email that you sent me money and what your balance is and how much money that you've saved by paying additional principal, how much interest money you saved. So that you can expect that every month. If you're making monthly payments, then you can expect that every month. There's no balloon payments. There's no lump sum payments. There's no creative kind of foolery when it comes to the financing. You can pay it off. If you want to pay it off faster, then that's going to be good for you because you're going to save money on interest. If you want to pay it off the bare minimum every month, that's fine too. I don't like to stretch out the financing too long. 8 years, 10 years, that's a long time to be, you know, tied to somebody and, you know, accepting payments. So I don't like to get past those year marks. And so, you know, I want everybody that buys a property from me to own their property and get it paid off, and that way I can get you a deed. And just like it says in the contract, once you paid off your property, you'll get a deed from me. And I've done a bunch of those, and I've deeded people their property, and they've, you know, let's say everybody's happy as far as I'm concerned. Nobody said anything the otherwise to me. All my customers are, you know, they're pretty happy with the service that they get, the prices that they get on property. People in the past years who've bought property from me, their property is worth more now than what they ever paid me for it. So it's been a good deal for a lot of my customers. So there's no, like I said, there's no creative financing, no lease to buy language, nothing like that. There's no fees, no extra fees like little dock prep fees and stuff like that so many people do. There's just every cent that you send me goes to your payments on your property, whether it be principal or interest, down payment, anything like that. There's no special kind of language in any of those to indicate that to give you, like, to hit you with any little fees or stuff like that's what I'm trying to say. But anyway, from standing right here, if you were to drive out right now, we got a bridge out that's in Cherokee that they're doing some work on, but I'm just saying, if you were to drive out normally, it'd take you about 15 to 20 minutes to get to Walmart, you know, and everything else that you could possibly really need, not want maybe, but need is within that time frame, that 15 to 20 minutes from the spot right here. So including like a lumber store, hardware store, things of that nature, they're all within about that 15-20 minute range from here. So I'm going to wind this up. Let's see, I had made some notes because I wanted to talk to you guys about this stuff. But anyway, if you're interested in this, or you have any more questions for me, or, you know, my videos are kind of raw and I kind of stumble around my words a little bit, but if I said something that gives you a question or pause or something, just call me. It's 870-955-0099. If you're interested in this property, definitely give me a call or text me to that number. Again, my email address is dale@rivercountryland.com. Again, we're out here on Red Fox Road, 2.91 acres. You guys, I've enjoyed all my customers. I enjoy talking to everybody. So you're not going to bother me a bit if you give me a call. So I appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Give me a call, and thanks for watching.